everybody that's returning, and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. Welcome, Mermaid Infinity Rainbow 3183. I love that name. That is so cute. Okay, I hope everybody's having a good day. Oh, good. I'm glad that you feel safe on this channel. You are safe on this channel. Okay, so we're going to just jump right into the prayer. We're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're asking that they can be with us now. We're also calling upon Jesus Christ. Welcome in, Jade Divine, the Ascended Masters, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, the ancestors, and any other spirit guides that are here for this reading that are relevant to this reading. So we ask that they put, with the archangels, put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all interference. Please block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless and prosper this platform, and thank you for all that you do. All glory and honor and praise and worship goes to you, God. You're amazing. All the miracles you've done on this platform, keeping this going, keeping this alive. I just want to say thank you and amen. Okay, so by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes no gatekeeping, no shadow banning, no copywriting of my content. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit. So don't steal messages from them, and don't send the evil eye. Don't do voodoo on me or my platform. And use your best discernment. If I talk about anything in the realms of like health, legal, or was the other one? Well, those are the kind of the main ones. Just make sure that you're following up with a professional or therapy, that you're following up with a professional in the field of that advice before you apply any advice to your life. And because this is a collective reading, I'm reading what energy steps forward. Just make sure that you take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for the person that it's meant for. Okay. I can't make decisions for anybody, so everybody has to be responsible for themselves. All right. And please do not take advice that I give you over something a doctor would say or a lawyer or somebody that would be in a professional field. Okay. All right. So I hope everybody's having a happy Wednesday. Now, I thought that we were done with Mercury retrograde, but we're like getting to the tail end of it. We've got, well, it goes until the 29th. So we got like, a few more days, but we are getting to the tail end of it. I mean, I've been clearing the energy of it so much that I just thought that, we were done with it, but I guess it's still going. Oh, please like this video. It greatly helps this platform so that other people know that this content's worth watching. And it's really important that you like the video because the algorithm needs to be able to pick up that this content is worth watching. So the more that you guys like the video, the better things are. And I really don't want to have to pause what I'm doing in the reading to wait for people to like the video. So if y'all could just do me a favor, it takes like 1 second just to tap that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. It would help the platform, and that would be reciprocating the energy. All right. I hope everybody's doing well. So what I was being shown is that if you guys are traveling out of town, if you guys are going to a family member's house, okay, you may have a narcissistic family member. Now this reading will be, I suggest that you watch every reading on both of my platforms because each reading will hold an Easter egg of knowledge for you. Meaning that even if you don't think that the reading resonates with you or that it's about you, you can still learn from other people's mistakes. And these readings very quickly spiritually progress you. So the book that jumpstarted my spiritual journey is A Truth of God. And I put the link to it in the chat. I suggest that, because I've written a book, this is about to be published very soon, where people can, it's basically Visago tarot card spreads and spells, going beyond the self-doubt of using tarot when learning to pull cards for oneself. So this is a guide that will help you actually be able to pull cards for yourself. But if you don't have any like natural intuition developed, I suggest that you get this book first and then do this book, because the tools and the techniques in this book will help you when you're reading tarot and when you're and with the other books. So basically, this has cleansing the emotions in it. It's got how to astral project. It's got feeling meditation. It's got the mind technique, which helps you get rid of limiting thoughts and beliefs. Focus on what brings you joy and gratitude, the space between the word technique, meditation, controlling the mind, energy ball, astral projection, dimensions and infinite possibilities, compassion and being God. Says you are not a spark of God, you are not a child of God, you are not like a God, you are not a God, one of many. You're not going to be a God someday. You are God right now, having this experience, looking out through these eyes. So this is why this book is so important. It connects you with that God consciousness and allows you to see things from a higher perspective, which I think is really important when you're working with tarot or you're working with any type of situation in your life, to be honest. Yes, best rule. I love that. So there may be somebody wanting to start some drama at a Thanksgiving dinner. That's basically what I am getting. And what I was hearing, well, I was literally listening to a video about Thanksgiving and how basically it has nothing to do with turkey was not served at Thanksgiving. Venison was. Secondly, the white people, the pilgrims, they started Thanksgiving to celebrate the slaughter of the Native Americans. Okay. So around this time, they went through burning the teepees down and killing the Native Americans. No, that's not even a joke. They have twisted up what Thanksgiving is into some seriously retarded shit. I'm not even joking. So, I mean, I was literally just listening to it, and they would play soccer, but they would take Native American scalps to create the soccer ball. Like, this is the type of shit that they were doing back in the day. So, all holidays have trickery in them, but Thanksgiving is no different than that. It was not about making peace with the Native Americans. It was about celebrating the massive slaughter of the Native Americans. So anyways, I'm just telling you guys that so that you don't keep thinking that this is a feast of peace, because it wasn't. It really wasn't. And a lot of the things that we eat at Thanksgiving did not exist back then. So just to let you all know. So we're going to use the dice to see what comes out, but there is somebody that wants to start drama. Just be aware of that. If you do have a narcissistic family member, just focus on yourself at this dinner and what you're thankful for. Exactly. Yeah. Why you love Mabon. Yeah. I don't know what Mabon is, but yeah. Yeah. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving either. Yeah. For Native American people. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm sure that they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So we're going to see what comes out. 6. So somebody could be jealous about your finances, about your monetary success. I feel like a lot of you guys, some of you may have like one narcissistic family member. It could be like an auntie or, a step parent, but a lot of you guys do have good family members. So I think the whole point of Thanksgiving is to be thankful for what you have, be thankful for what God's given you, which is pagan wheel of the year, being thankful for the harvest. Wow, that the universe has given you. I love that. Or the goddess and God. I love that. That's beautiful. See, that sounds so much better than what Thanksgiving is actually about, why they created it. So interesting that the witches are celebrating it at the same time. That is very interesting. That makes me think that the origins of Thanksgiving may be more pagan than anything else. So quite interesting. We're going to see what's going to pop out. There may be just some topics like politics that you should avoid, especially if you have a different perspective than whoever this narcissist is. And I say just avoid it, as in, if you're sitting at a table with a bunch of people that are going down a dark path with their totally opposite. If they're going down a dark path with what they're talking about, like talking about the Epstein files or politics or anything that's being exaggerated and blown up in the news now. Not to say that the Epstein files are exaggerated, because they're not, but you always have the power And this is something that I suggest that you guys do at every holiday. You always have the power to change the subject and to focus on something that is positive, right? Where other people, they may not be into doing that. You have the ability to control the situation. So just know that if somebody tries to debate about what you're doing in your life, it is because you're being seen as successful. Like, and anytime that you're really successful, people, and welcome in fashionista, people are going to feel a certain type of way about that. And I don't really know why, because a lot of you guys, especially the people that come to my readings, you guys have not had easy lives. It's like you've overcome so much adversity, and now finally you're sitting at the finish line and you're just like, you're ready to receive your prize, and then people will start to get upset about that because they haven't finished what God set them on this planet to do. And to furthermore, we have always like more than one part of our destiny and divine life purpose. Like for me, reading cards is one, writing is another one. And if I was a mother, I'm not a mother, but if I was a mother, that would be another divine life purpose. So people need to understand that throughout their lives, you will finish like little missions that you're on, by completing projects and things like that. And it will make people feel a certain type of way, because when they see you being rewarded by God, that's not something that they can attain. Like, well, it is something that they can attain, but they'd have to do what God asked them to do. You know what I mean? And so some people, they don't want to have to fulfill what God has asked them to do, because it would cause them to have to walk away from toxic people, toxic places, toxic situations. Magician. Okay. So I did also pick up on a side note message that if you know that you have a witchy aunt, witchy parent, witchy person cooking this meal, you need to pray over the food. All right. Because, well, first of all, the reason why I think Jesus prayed over his food is because depending on who prepared it, the energy of that person can mix into the food. And I don't know if people are aware of that, but I've been places where I've watched the people making the food and I'm like, like I've got to at least pray over this, or I've got to use Reiki on it or whatever, because their energy is bad, And so it's not to say that everybody's energy is bad, but, you know, I would I would definitely, if you know that there is a practicing witch in your family, or if you're going to another person's house where they have a practicing witch in their family, then I would be very weary about eating the food. Because food magic is some of the most gnarliest, hardcore magic in how it affects your body and your physical system, and how it can create energetic blockages in your system to where things do not function properly. Food magic is probably one of the worst types of magic. So we got the Hierophant here. There's definitely somebody that's feeling very high and mighty. I feel like this person feels like they're better than other people. Maybe they put themselves above others. And when you eat food that has witchcraft in it, you will notice that your taste buds change. That's if you can't smell food anymore all of a sudden, you may want to think about doing a detox energetically, or a detox tea or something like that, to wash through or pull out, however you want to look at it. But you're basically wanting to expel whatever has been put into it, whatever intention. And because we know that the original Thanksgiving meal did not have good intention and it was celebrating the slaughter of Native Americans, we want to reprogram this holiday so that it can actually fit our needs. And by showing gratitude to God and the Holy Spirit, you are basically saying that you're thankful for having breath in your body. Every day that I wake up and I'm alive, I'm thankful that I made it through the night. So some people don't look at life like that, but that's okay. I feel like you guys are really grateful people. This Hierophant energy may be somebody like, that is very religious. Yeah, religion is another topic you just don't want to talk about at Thanksgiving dinner. You want to focus on being grateful, because you're going to get the most out of the event if you focus on gratitude and focusing on being grateful for the harvest that you have achieved. And not only the harvest that you've achieved this year, but the one that it's basically you're setting the precursor for next year's harvest as well, by being thankful at this year's harvest. So Thanksgiving is also a meal about, having those things that you need during winter, right? When the weather gets cold. So yeah, the Magician card comes out and it's just showing me basically that you guys are very magical. You have this alchemical ability to transmute whatever comes your way for your highest and best good. So continue to do that. Yeah, this full energy does have to do with whoever these religious people are. You could have a whole group of individuals trying to ruin your holidays by sending you witchcraft, but I guarantee that no matter what is sent to you, you're going to use it for your benefit. So these people can be as foolish as they want to be, when it comes to this holiday. There is no right or wrong way to celebrate. I think it was maybe 1 or 2 years ago I started rewriting I started rewriting astrology, and I started adding in I basically broke for myself the system that we have with the holidays, because the holidays are all based off of like weird shit. So I basically started celebrating things differently, and my life greatly improved from that, because you don't fall into the trap of Christmas and all this other stuff, and then I started celebrating Krampus and the other parts of the holidays that are not talked about. And so I got to understand why they created it was basically fear-based thinking of why they created All Hallows Eve and all of these different holidays, that if they didn't do these celebrations, the wrath of the gods would come upon them. But yeah, when I was able to just break that pattern and that cycle that goes throughout the year, I found a lot more liberation for myself. So that's one thing that I know that holidays do is they set the precursor for the next holiday for the next year. There is somebody that's going to be very foolish, the Fool is not a bad card, but when it comes out, and this is why the book I wrote is so badass, because in the back of it, it will go through all of the different possible card combinations, like when the cards come out next to each other, what that means. And so it's just got like all of the stuff that I've studied for so long since I've been psychic my whole life, but I've been doing tarot since 2012. So let's see what else comes out. So somebody may be jealous of your money. Just be aware of that. Somebody may be looking at your foundation, wondering how you got it together so soon. Somebody's definitely comparing themselves to you. See the Two of Wands here. This is telling me that what you're creating, what you're working on, like personally, maybe you want to keep that to yourself. If you've got projects that are coming out that haven't been completed yet or haven't even been started, don't be talking about those at Thanksgiving dinner, okay? Because these creative projects and ideas that you're coming up with will help you build a solid foundation. And so this is something that you can invest in, and anytime you invest in creating something yourself, you're going to have long-lasting success for that. When you work for and slave for other people, that's when, the success, it's almost seems like employers drain their employees, to be quite honest. The Moon. So yeah, just be aware that there may be some very foolish people that may try to attack you tomorrow night. I mean, what I get is that the attack started last night, but it's going to continue tonight and then tomorrow night. And I don't know who this group of weird ass people are, but they don't like to see you successful. And the thing is like, you haven't even brought this project to the forefront yet to where they could see your success. So that's why, these people are being tested. And I think that the Holy Spirit saw what these people did last year. These weird Hierophant people saw what they were doing last year and is kind of like testing them. Like, are you going to try to attack the collective this year? Are you going to let the collective live in peace and let them just have a good holiday? These people, I really, I'm starting to get mad. These people try to destroy every single celebration that you have. These people don't want you going on vacation. They don't want you taking breaks. They want you slaving and working your ass off and getting no payment. And this is weird, like weird ass energy, these people. Yeah, they send you transmute it like the alchemist you are. Good. I'm proud of you. Literally, you got a group of people that don't want to see you celebrate for some reason. but they want to celebrate. They want to have their wishes fulfilled. And this is why I will always tell you, do not have the audacity to wish bad. Like if you want something for yourself, you can't wish that other people don't have that same thing. That's what these people are doing. They want to have a happy celebration, a peaceful interaction, but they don't want you to have that. And that's where these people got things fucked up at. Literally. I'm also hearing that fasting may, like intermittent fasting, maybe before the meal or after the meal, like the day after, you may want to do a little bit of fasting to prepare for the meal and then bless the meal, pray over it. Even if you have to just take, even if your family doesn't pray, I would still, like, I'm not going to like a family gathering. I'm going to go to some type of buffet thing, and I'm going to definitely be praying over the food, obviously, anything that I digest, so that it provides nourishment for my future, basically. So, you guys are dealing with jealous people, but they're being tested, like literally, because with people, when they get away with their criminal ass illegal, spiritually illegal bullshit, they need to really check themselves and stop, because they're putting themselves in danger. The more that they continue to try to attack you guys for no reason, the more that these people are going to get backlash. 8 of Cups. They're going to have to walk away from trying to do this moon magic on you. And I think you guys know that moon magic was being done on you. This Hierophant group still thinks that you're in the energy of the Fool, that you're completely unaware, that they base everything off of holiday transactions. And I do feel like that the government does use witchcraft with Black Friday. Good. You bless your food and your friends' postcodes. Good. Yeah, I feel like the Black Friday thing is kind of negative, even though you can get great deals. I have never, ever gone Black Friday shopping, because I don't want to be in a chaotic, crazy, toxic situation where I'm having to fight people for items and just nonsense, just holiday nonsense. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that when I was breaking those cycles of the holidays, I was wanting to remove that type of thing, all of the commercialism that's brought into the holidays that make holidays toxic, basically. So you're dealing with people that they're using the moon. They're using the moon to try to deceive you, to be a hidden enemy. There is a religious group that does not like you. These people could be some type of Christianity. I'm not really getting Islam or anything like that. I'm getting more Christianity. So these people could be like Jehovah Witnesses. They could be Catholics, Christians, Protestants, Baptists, evangelists, any of those. And then whatever the other Protestants, I think I said, whatever the other denominations of that is. LDS saints. I mean, I pick up that energy heavy quite a bit. Out of all of the churches, it seems like the LDS people do the most wrong. They do the most fucked up shit energetically. And for me, I am having a hard time figuring out if this is what the entire group of people is doing, or if it's a smaller group of people within that religion that are doing all the black magic and shit, using like the tree of death and shit like that. Like, there's just no reasons to be opening portals on people. The saints, when they established their religion, they believe that they're literal saints and that they're better than everybody else. And they have a practice of washing sins on anybody that doesn't join their religion. So their shit is guilt and fear based, like all religions are. But just know that whoever these people are, they were being tested by God. These people are going to be really disappointed, having to walk away dissatisfied, because they're not, I feel like that you're dealing with people who are monitoring spirits. Okay. They're trying to infiltrate your area, your energy, so that they can extract information about you to use against you later. And when I was being attacked by these Mormon people, I had never experienced voodoo before in my life. Okay. Ever. Well, I did as a child, but it was one experience. That's different. And it wasn't being done on me. So that's why it's different. But when I encountered these people that were Mormon, and they all started doing voodoo on my home and outside my house because I wouldn't join their religion. And it was certain people in that church. You know, they had a problem with me being a psychic or whatever. They were attacking me. I just get that this is like the same exact energy. It's over a difference of beliefs. Maybe you don't want to join their group. Maybe you don't feel like you need to be a part of that community. First of all, I don't want to be a part of any type of religion, community, environment, or group that is being sued for pedophilia. That, to me, that's not okay. All right. Like, I think that children are the most precious thing we have on this planet, and they should be protected at all costs, women and children. And I think that men are important as well. So it's like, you know, um, these religions that have gotten caught up for doing this stuff, I personally can't back those religions because of what the actions, the people of those religions, the actions that those people have taken. And that's just the way that I personally feel about it. And so I'm not telling anybody to leave their religion or to talk shit to people in the religion. That's just my personal perspective. That if there is abuse going on within it, or incest or any, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but like the LDS, they have a lot of incest shit going on. So if there's anything like that that's going on that I feel goes against what God's will is for the creation, even though God allows us to do whatever we want and experience whatever we want, it's within certain boundaries, basically. And once those boundaries get crossed, I feel like the entire organization needs to be destroyed and brought down. And then if the people that are remaining want to build something back up, then they can do that. But where these I will straight up tell you that I think that they're false religions. I feel like everybody can have a personal relationship with the Most High God, okay, and the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ and Archangel Michael and all of that. I really do. And I feel like religion makes you believe that you need to do something outside of yourself. And I also feel like it's deceiving because it makes you believe that if you go to church on Sunday, you're pleasing God. But it's dedicating one part of your day, one day a week, to being spiritual or the divine. That's not good enough for me. Okay. Everything that we do should be spiritual. Every single thing we do should be spiritual. Not just thinking that we're pleasing God by getting the Eucharist or whatever fucking nonsense. And I'm sorry if people believe that, but they will find out. I mean, you can get to God through going through religion, but it's going to take longer than if you were to go through spirituality. That's just the truth. 2, because name one person that's in a religion that has ascended besides Jesus. Yes, you can pray right there in your home. Exactly. And literally, when you establish your house based upon God establishing it for you, literally, you're in a house of God. You know what I mean? When you treat your home like a church, then that is a house of God. So, you know, I don't believe that you have to go to church or go to a priest or any of that shit. And I think that these religions are designed to rob people of their finances. So that's probably why it turns me off completely. But you're dealing with a group of people that are very narcissistic. These people could also be Freemasons. So that's another thing. It's like not all religious people are bad. Not all of them are good. Not all of Freemasons are bad. Not all of them are good. But some of them are on this type of devil time. And they really, really, really don't like the light workers of this world because we're illuminating what these people are up to. And it's not even like we're purposely trying to expose them. It's literally, you devote it an Easter star. It's literally not even like we're trying to expose them for what they're doing. It's like the mere fact that we're just being ourselves and they're being themselves and we're opposites. They expose themselves. So you're going to have a group of people that are wanting to drain you of something. Let's see what this is about. Yeah, somebody wants to come in with a freaking love offer. They're having to walk away from this ridiculous idea of entrapping you in some type of relationship. Do you know why they're having to walk away from this shit? Because you don't need to be saved. You don't need a Knight of Cups. When you're an emperor or an empress, you don't need a knight energy coming in and messing with you. Because knights, they're fleeting energies. They'll come in and then they'll leave. And so these people, they got a lot of people underneath their, control already. They don't need you. These people control so many other people, like seriously, with blackmail and entrapment and shit. They really don't need you. They have a lot of people already. Ace of Wands, but they see your fertility, your prosperity, your abundance. They see that, anything is possible for you because you trust in the Lord. When you do that, God will move mountains for you. And that's what God is doing, basically. So you may be thinking that, wow, this is a good time to start a family. I agree. This is a great time for you to bring your creative ideas to the forefront so that other people can have access to these downloads. Because literally, when we receive downloads from the Holy Spirit and from God, they are for us, absolutely. But some of them are also to share with other people. And this is how we spread the light, by spreading the healing out, by accessing that Christ consciousness, integrating it, and then sharing that loving, compassionate energy. But these people, they think that you're weak because you're a loving person. I disagree. I think being a loving I think it's much more difficult to be a loving person than a hateful person. Ace of Cups, because there's hateful people all over the world. You got an Ace of Wands anytime. So the Ace cards they're more powerful. They're much better than the 10 cards, like 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. The Ace cards are better. So you're getting multiple. This is support from the universe, support from the Most High God. This is love, enduring love. I mean, God is really grateful that you're here on this planet at this time, because you're inspiring other people to connect with the Holy Spirit, to connect with their higher selves, and to do right by each other. And, by you doing that, just like how Jesus did that, you're going to get some backlash. But the thing is that what you do with that backlash is up to you. Like, you don't have to let it affect you, especially because these people think that you're desperate for love. When you are loved by God, what would you need love from another person for when you are loved by the Most High? See, these people underestimate God's great love for you. And they also want you to let your guard down and let them in. But these people are very strictly materialistic. Okay. They're very materialistic. Their focus is on what you possess, like physical objects, like what you own, and then what your potential or what your capability is to grow. And that's what these people are obsessed with. So they definitely do want to see you come into their control. And they thought that they were going to use the moon to bring scarcity and lack into your life. And you're just becoming more abundant, more abundant. Every time these people try to curse you, God blesses you. So really, they're progressing you rather than the opposite of that. They just don't realize it because they're ignorant. Their need to control everybody in the community and society is like little obsessive compulsive disorder shit going on here with this Hierophant group. They just feel like especially if you're a woman, or a divine feminine energy, they feel like that is the biggest threat and that needs to be controlled. And there's always going to be this male dominant energy coming forward. It's existed forever, but I don't think that it's more powerful than the feminine energy. And that's what these people know. And they fear that. They fear you reaching enlightenment, basically. Because when you reach enlightenment, you can't be trapped by the physical world. You're basically breaking free of the matrix, and getting out of this whole system, because these systems are faulty. Yes, God takes care of widows. God takes care of the people that don't have fathers. God takes care of the people who are poor. God takes care of those who trust in God, who put their faith in God, that know that no matter whether you have a good day or a bad day, that God is going to provide whatever you need in your life. And this is a part of making that connection with your higher self. That's why the book, The Truth of God, is such a good book, because it helps you make that connection with your higher self so that you can see things through another perspective, through the way that God sees them. And that changes your entire experience, because you'll never, ever look at things the same, and it'll be for the better. These people want you to be trapped in an old cycle. That's why they're trying to use the cycles of the year, like the different holidays and stuff, because they want to ensnare you in some type of way. Yeah, but these people are more and more dissatisfied as each day goes on, because they're not focused on themselves. They're focused on you. They're focused on your material possessions. Like, why do people care this much about what other people have or don't have? Like, seriously, I do not love physical objects like other people do. Like, I'm grateful for what I have, but I do not put like any type of physical object above God. You're dealing with people that are very self-absorbed, they're selfish, and they're needy. These are the people that are needy. They need your light, okay? Some of you guys have the presence of God within you, and it straight up irritates people's demons. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's not your fault though, but literally some, like, especially if you guys have friends that are copying you, there are people that your light irritates them. But that's not to say that you should change who you are. Absolutely not. Continue to shine your light. Let it irritate these people's demons to the point that the demons leave their body and they're no longer possessed. I mean, that's what I say. But these people, they want you to hide yourself away, to not give glory to God. They want you to praise these false ideologies and systems that they've created and to follow those rather than following what your intuition says. And that's foolish. 2. So 2 is a very feminine number. It also talks about taking steps, taking action, moving forward, completing goals, basically completing projects. It's taking steps towards moving in a new direction. And when you don't feel like you need these hierophant people to give you anything, they feel a certain type of way about that. High priestess, because you are this divine feminine energy. You have a whole Torah of knowledge within you that is ready to be accessed through meditation. A lot of you guys could be experiencing astral projection at this time in the dream state. So we're going to get down to the nitty gritty of who's trying to block your abundance. They're trying to keep you infertile or something. Like, you could be dealing with a woman that had a hysterectomy that's trying to do spell work on you so you can't have children because they can't. Like, I'm getting some type of weird, petty, jealous, envious ass energy. And so if you guys end up getting pregnant, just don't tell anybody for like as long as you can keep it hidden. Don't tell people, because what people don't know, they can't destroy. And you got a lot of monitoring spirits that are trying to monitor your progress at this time because they want to see where you're headed, because they know that you're about to ascend. Knight of Pentacles. This person came out yesterday as well. So the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's a hard worker. They're very devoted to their craft. But, what these people are trying to do is destiny swipe. They want to exchange your chosen destiny for their non-existent destiny. Let's just say that. Because these people, if they actually were going to serve God, they would cause them to actually be like Jesus was, not to just think that Jesus is going to come in and save everybody. That's not what's going to happen. It's going to be the Christ consciousness coming back in each individual person that causes salvation. And so, these people want you to believe in something that is just straight up false. And they feel like if you don't believe the way they believe, then you need to be controlled in some type of way. And these people are also fearing you gaining financial freedom. And they don't want you using your high priestess ability to see what they're up to, because you're going to expose what they've been up to. 4 of Wands. But your high priestess ability is giving you a project, a goal to be completed. This is like you finishing projects, getting financial rewards for your hard work. And these people don't want to see that happen because they feel like you're unworthy of the gifts that you possess. They feel like they should have those gifts. However, if God wanted these people to have those gifts, God would have gave those gifts to them. But God gave the gifts to you because you're not going to abuse the gifts. These people are already up under the moon doing God knows what, like literally to an empress for no reason, trying to block you from having children. Whose fucking business is that? If God says that a child is for you, a child is for you. You're working with your hands, point blank, period. You could be writing a book. You could be working on a song. You could be doing literally many, many different things at this time. But your hard work is going to give you a lot of really fruitful success. And these people, they feel definitely defeated by your victory. Like, even though what you're doing doesn't even directly relate to these people, they still feel threatened by it. 3, because they know that you've mastered something. When it comes to, I have to cover it per body, but when it comes to the world, they know that you've mastered something. You've gained access to some type of key, some type of spiritual key, some type of spiritual door. You know, you have the door to personal healing and happiness. You have the door to spirit open, and you've walked through this door and you're stepping into your power. These people could also be upset that you're getting a new home, or then maybe that you're traveling or going on vacation. Again, these Hierophant weirdos are relying on using psychic vampirism to steal from you so that they can get another year of riches. Like, that's literally what they're trying to do. And they're in the tower for it. And we can see that this is all masculine energies. That's why I said it could be Freemasons. But yeah, they're in the tower because they won't stop spying on y'all. They're always trying to get, send this their intention on why they keep using divination on you is to find out how they can 10 of swords you. That's what this is about. As they want the ultimate betrayal to occur, because you should not, especially if you're a female energy, you should not have the type of power you have. That's how these men feel. And God does not give a fuck about these people. God does not care what they feel. Like, what their opinion is totally irrelevant to what the Most High has planned for you. So this is why God doesn't acknowledge these people. And they might want to be mindful of who's coming for them, because they keep trying to say, this Hierophant group keeps telling the feds or some type of government group that you are some type of terroristic threat when you're not. They need to shut the fuck up with this. Literally. This is so stupid. They're fucking lying. First of all, there is no evidence. And with the government illegally monitoring you, the government uses witches and warlocks, point blank period. The government illegally monitoring you, they know that you're here to complete a divine mission. Okay, they know that. So these people are being stopped in their tracks, like literally. I feel like this year is going to be a really good year for you. You guys are getting justice worldwide. You could be offered an opportunity in another country, okay, with this work that you do. Like, straight up, if our government's not going to value the treasured possessions called its people, then we can just get the fuck up and go to a country that will value us. Straight up. And then these people can fuck right off. Because that's how I feel about it, is if they're not going to cherish you for who you are, for what you bring to the table, for what you offer others, peace and tranquility, if they're not going to recognize that and see that as a gift, then fuck these people. They're not worthy of it. This is why they'll never have peace. These people will always be in the tower because they're always trying to set other people up to fail. And like, literally, these people better not want success to come to them while they're trying to make you fail at everything. You're getting justice. This King of Swords is going to legally cut this Hierophant group down. I mean, these people are basically, this is the end of all these child sacrifices that have been going on. And if somebody tried to sacrifice you when you were a child, what's happening right now is a reversal of that energy. And I do believe that somebody tried to sacrifice me when I was a child. I really do believe that because of the abduction experience that I had. I feel that that was due to somebody trying to sacrifice me for my youth, for my health, for my mental health, whatever. And so, these satanic lineages, they don't know when to stop. They don't have any type of insight or intuition about them, which is strange to me, to see that this is always going to be a bad idea when you're sacrificing innocent souls to some type of whatever. Yeah, for fucking money, for monetary success. These people want something, they want a personal legacy to leave their children. But these people already have money. Why are they so obsessed with yours? You must know that something good is coming your way when you have these weirdos being obsessed with your finances. These people could have tried to call the IRS on you to have you investigated, but their taxes are not in order. This is what I'm saying. Like, complete bullshit. Yeah, these people want to know what you're doing with your inheritance that God gave you. They want to know what with this spiritual gift that you have, what you're going to do with it. If you wanted to destroy these people, you could have done so already. The fact that you've shown compassion and mercy to them, they might want to look at that and be like, okay, maybe we should leave this person alone My greatest advice for everybody is to mind your own fucking business and leave other people alone. That's the best way to stay safe in this age. But those that will not mind their own business, that will not leave others alone, those people will be dealt with, and it won't be by you having to do anything to them. They may think that it is because of you, but it's because of what they were trying to do to you, their intention. So yeah, we got these weirdos popping out every once in a while. They're always, drinking from these weird ass cups. These people can't balance their dark side. They're stuck in their shadow. They don't, Christians don't believe in shadow work. Like straight up, they don't. They're never going to do that. They're always going to deny the darkness and praise the light and never do shadow integration. Like it's bizarre to me how people can just think that they're better than everybody else. You don't walk around thinking you're better than everybody else. Why are these people? Maybe because they're masculine energies. I don't know. Could be a sexist thing. These people definitely don't want you being a female and having this type of spiritual power. They also are wanting to see what you're doing with the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, time to move forward and let go. Absolutely. Release these people. These are control freaks. Like if they can't control every little thing, these people throw adult tantrums. So, when you're dealing with people that are obsessed with control, all you can do is walk away from them, because they can have control over their lives, but they do not have consent. They were not given any type of consent to have control over you and your life. That's where the line is crossed. That's where the boundary gets crossed. And when you create a boundary, do not take that boundary down. That boundary exists. You have to remember why you made that boundary. It exists for a reason. These people are trying to get you caught up in the courts. They want to falsely imprison you for something, or make you seem like you're guilty for something, even though these are the people that have been making deals with the devil and sacrificing children to Baal, whatever, I don't know, whatever devil is the popular one of today. But literally, this stupid child sacrifice shit is over. It's been going on for way too long, since basically the beginning of when we started recording human history. So obviously you're in the Wheel of Fortune because you're doing what God has intended you to do with your gifts and your abilities, and you're here to help other people. These people, they feel very envious of that, and they want you to conform to making a deal with the devil so that they can take your soul. Point blank, period. We're not even going to go around the bush today. We're just getting right to the nitty gritty of it, so we don't have to stay here long. But yeah, like these people, they want you to be forced into compromising with their religious group or whatever, and they want you to be forced into conforming to their rules and ideologies. And that's all man-made bullshit. Religion is man-made bullshit. The people that wrote the Bible are the people that denied Jesus to his face. So like, as far as us putting the word of God, when we know that that's not even God's words, above everything else, is ridiculous. And that's not to say that to discredit anything in the Bible. It's just, I'm pointing out the obvious. These people are up under judgment because they were given ample time to leave you and your finances alone, to let you be this Queen of Pentacles. Because that's, if God said that you are to be this Queen of Pentacles and this Empress energy, that is what you are to be. Who the fuck are these people to come in here and in the middle of your divine life purpose and try to mess with God's bigger plan for everything? And you can't have light without having darkness. You can't, like, it's not possible. So there's always going to be that opposite polarity, but you don't need to fear it. These people want you afraid of your own shadow. They're also facing some type being casted away. These people were trying to make you homeless. And they were also trying to use this chariot police energy against you to lock you up. This is all because you're creating a legacy that you can leave your children, and it doesn't have to do with this church or these weirdos, literally. And even if you don't have children, you still have a legacy that you could leave somebody, and you're not going to leave it to this religious organization. This is like the most pettiest, jealous ass, greedy fucking energy that I've picked up. Like, they feel like you deserve to be punished because you're not going to give them money on a monthly basis, like the people in their religion. Yo, no. No, sir, ma'am, it, they, them. We ain't giving you shit. Well, what you've already sacrificed the souls of the children that belong to your organization to the devil for money. So fuck you. We're not giving you anything. The Three of Pentacles. You have a community that actually supports you, that backs you, a soul tribe that's coming in to show you the way away from these people. And these people are going to be very sorely mistaken because, first of all, these people are ingrates. They're not grateful for anything in their life. They're not grateful for what God has done. They're not grateful for anything. All they are is consumed with greed and lust for power that they'll never possess because God will never give it to these weirdos. They wanted to change your finances so that you would take a fall and they would rise up. But this is not the time for false people to be in power. You still have a divine soul contract with the universe, and it's being literally validated. Let's get the likes up, you guys. We got 37 people, 28 likes on the video. Let's get the likes up. I'm not going to pull any more cards until the likes get up. And I don't want to waste my collective's time, so please like the video or get off the platform. Like literally, it's one tap of your finger. If that's too difficult for you, then what I'm talking about today is also too difficult for you. We got 10 people that still have not liked the video. Y'all, come on. I believe in you. I know you can do it. It's not going to hurt you. It's completely free to like the video. It is not going to hurt you at all to reciprocate positive energy. In fact, you might even get blessed by liking the video. All right. Thank you. That's a little bit better than the other numbers. Wow, this is what just flew out. That is so funny. So you do have the Two of Cups and the Lovers. When you see those cards next to each other, you do have a twin flame contract coming in. I do feel for some of you it was supposed to come in November, but these people have been trying to block it by sending in a saboteur, somebody that would sabotage you. They can sense that you have a lover coming in. Oh, thank you, Girl Gone. You saw female deers yesterday and one stopped and calmly bowed her head. Oh, 3 times and walked away. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so, well, what I get is that it was kind of like a bow of respect. You've got a lot of good energy coming your way. I want to see what it says about the deer and this animal, power animal. Because I know that deer can represent like good fortune, good luck. You know how deer used to be called, here it is, Pathfinder. Deer used to be called bucks because like literally you caught it all on video. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. So it says, Dear Pathfinder, trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. Interesting. Okay. So let's see what it has to say. Okay. Interesting. So this is a kind of a funny picture of a deer, but usually when I think of a deer, I think of really big horns. So this is talking about trusting your instincts. It says it's a big forest out there, and I'm sure that you feel a little lost sometimes. Let me tell you, however, that the path is well marked, even if you can't always make it out at any given moment. So what you're being guided out of a situation, basically. It says, come to your senses literally and stop thinking so much about it, or at least stop trying to figure out what your next step is. Interesting. Or which way to go by analogous and cognition. I'm sorry, cognition. She was telling me she was aware of you and your partner. Yeah. So you guys are being led out of a troublesome situation towards peace is what I'm seeing. So it says use your eyes, ears, and nose to gather information. Okay, so you could have an expansion in your spiritual gifts at this time as well, which, you know, all of that is the senses. So you could be getting smells, and then maybe when you get certain types of smells, write down what you feel when you smell that smell. I forget what that gift is called, but there is a gift of smell. It says, then drop your awareness into your gut, which is the seat of your intellectual self. I've also just heard the seat of the soul. So the seat of the soul is a chakra that's in your lower abdomen. And basically, when you start to become your highest self, you will move your consciousness into that part of your body. So it says your senses are meant to register information in a way that can be felt in the body, which is your most reliable compass. Absolutely listening to what your body says, because your body will always tell you what's going on. Like if somebody's playing in your energy, you'll be able to tell in your gut. So always listen to that and let it be your compass. It says the mind is useful, don't get me wrong, but it's much overrated because of all of the random and obsessive thoughts that can be in our awareness. All right. And so that's just a normal thing when we're like meditating. I would do a meditation on your senses, and I'm sure there's one that Steve Noble has on expanding your awareness, because what I'm getting is that you're being shown a gentle way of loving yourself. You're also being shown a new path. It says pure awareness means without preconceived notions, anxiety, or anticipation. So maybe what the confirmation that this deer was giving you is that if you've been thinking about going down, okay, everything you like, numbers and plants and animals and evil, people are showing downloads and synchronicities. And this is what this is talking about. You're being literally shown, and like your face signs growing stronger. Absolutely. You're being shown a new path. You're also being shown how you can use your natural abilities that you have to help other people go down a new path. Like, let's say that you come across somebody that needs to hear some type of advice, right? Your advice could literally lead somebody down a new path. I also am hearing that your testimony is creating a new path for you. It says, close your eyes, breathe deeply and easily, clear your mind, and you'll know what to do to find your way through. So it says gentleness, cunning, grace, and purity. You could also be finding that you are becoming more and more aware of your surroundings and the messages that other people have for you, because it feels like you're seeing a lot of numbers right now. I think these numbers are guiding you to invest your time into creating something that will help people create a new avenue of life. Like this could be working on, I mean, this could be anything from like a painting to a drawing to a book. It could be anything like that. Welcome in, Phoenix Empress. Oh, you deeply resonate with the deer as well. The deer is really good energy. It also has to do with abundance. Like you could have Grogan a lot of abundant energy at this time. You could be finding that where before you were feeling more drained, that your energy is actually returning to you. I feel like the animal realm is acknowledging you as a shaman, is what I'm kind of getting. And so I want to pull another animal card to see what other animals want to speak to you, because it feels like the deer is opening that animal shaman pathway to you, so that you can basically help other people connect with their pets. You can help other people heal, and you can, understand what the animals are trying to say. Yeah, trusting your instincts is super important at this time, because you're not going to lead yourself astray. You do feel energized. If there was any doubt of like, am I going in the right direction? You're absolutely going in the right direction. And sometimes when we can't see where our path is headed, it's for a reason. It's not, oh, you guys are so welcome. It's not because we're being blocked. It's because the next step is just best. Like, let's say that when you receive downloads, if you reveal them too soon, other people could pick up on that and they could try to block that. Why it's being provided one step at a time for you is so that you can understand how everything relates to itself, basically. The raccoon. Wow. Interesting. You have all the resources that you need, girl gone. This is just giving me double confirmation on what I was saying about prosperity and abundance. You do have all the resources that you need. You may see a dead raccoon on the side of the road. Sometimes when I see dead animals, I'll be like, ooh, what does that mean? And I don't really get that it's a bad thing. I just feel like it's that energy being put in your face so that you look at something. You do have a connection to animals. I really think you could probably walk up to almost all animals and they would not like bite you. They would not fly away. Nature feels like it gets really close to you, which is, I think that that's something that's really precious. Okay, it says that everything that you need is right in front of you. If you only look, there's no need to be fussing about this and that, creating drama and turmoil. Interesting, worrying about whether you'll have enough the next hour, the next day, or the next week. Again, the deer is showing you that there is a new path of abundance being laid out for you. It has been lately, yeah. So there is a new path of abundance being laid out for you. All you need to do is follow one step after the other, and don't think too much far in advance, because that will spoil the fun of just creating in freedom. It says whatever you need will be there. You might have to forage a little. Think of how a raccoon has to forage. So you might have to forage a little, which means going through the different gifts and skills that you have and pulling together your resources, right? It says, but trust that there's nothing to fret or worry about. Not really. Use your brain and your intuition in partnership to not only help you solve the problem, but actually solve the problem. So think about your problems as already being solved, because that's going to give you the next step to take. It says, at first, it may not be obvious where to look. That's why you have to poke around a little bit. And this could also be talking about inner healing, that you have a lot of healing energy coming forward at this time. So if you do have any type of childhood traumas or wounds, so be patient with your path. It's laying out and it's coming. Yeah, don't think too far ahead, because that spoils the excitement about being in the moment, right? When we project and we worry about the future, it destroys our present moment. So this is talking about poking around inside yourself and seeing where those little wounds are, things that need to be healed that are coming forward. Maybe when you were a child, you experienced a lack of resources, or you didn't feel like your parents were abundant. That could be something that needs to be healed. It says sometimes when you follow your hunch and look under the couch for your lost wallet, like your intuition, you find the wallet. And don't get tweaked if all the steps you don't take don't lead to an immediate solution. Don't proceed blindly or out of anxiety or fear. Absolutely. That whenever we act from fear, we're basically setting the future so that we react in fear. So it says it's impossible to hear your intuition or your brain when you're jumping around randomly. So relax. Trust that what you need will turn up. Absolutely. You have the ability to call in resources at any given time. It says stealth, ingenuity, cleverness, and dexterity. So both of these have to do with being cunning, actually. This is beautiful energy. I like the raccoon. Raccoons are really cute. They have like little human-like hands, which I just think are so funny. Every time that you see them hold something, it looks like little human hands. So yeah, you have all the resources that you need already within you. Like you don't have to go to any external thing to pull this abundance out of you. I am seeing that the energy of the horse is very strong. I think that this next year, 2026, is the year of the horse in Chinese zodiac. But let's see what else pops out for you. Because you are getting a lot of messages from the animals and from your surroundings telling you how to heal, how to move forward, and how to grow. Whale, your soul's path. Honor your soul's purpose. Oh, I love whales. I love everything of the ocean so much. Okay, we're going to see what the whale says. Such good energy. Animals have such good energy. They just really do. It says it's time to stop fooling yourself and get moving on your soul's path. Pay close attention to the subtleties, basically, of your experience, and listen very, very carefully to those urgings that are begging you to honor the deepest truth of who you are. Wow, that's so powerful, you guys. Not what you think everyone else will approve of. Sometimes we have to separate ourselves from what we think everybody else will approve of so that we can actually gain access to this, our soul's purpose, which I love this. Oh my gosh. It says, but the path that heeds the voice of your soul that's been calling to you since before you were born. This is also what the deer was telling you, is that you have already predestined this path before you came into this incarnation. So you're not going to lead yourself astray. It says that every experience up to this point in your life has shaped you, and even the lives that you lived before exert their karmic influence. So this is talking about how your soul's path is going to clear up karma for yourself, and it's going to clear up karma for other people, because other people will also follow you down this path. When you're meant to be a leader, it is part of your soul contract, absolutely, to be a leader and to be a healer. It says, at this point, you can no longer live your life driven solely by ego, which is 100% the truth. And you could be going through an ego death at this point, to where you're seeing what your soul is actually asking you to move towards, is what I'm getting. It says, instead, it's important to consciously and consistently attune to your most profound sense of self and align with spirit's intent. It will take courage and faith to dive into these deep depths. That's why it has the whale, because the whales go really deep in the ocean. But you have the ability to go very deep within yourself and pull out this Torah of knowledge that you possess. It says that it will take courage and faith to dive into these deep depths, but you have indeed funded the power and the strength to do so. The whale is a very big animal. It's very strong. The majority of its muscle. It says, claim this destiny. So this is about your destiny, and that you know is yours, and act on it now. Migration, devotion, communication, and soul memory. So what you could be remembering at this time is what you wanted to do for this lifetime. Wow, this is like super important, especially for you to take notes of it, because sometimes we'll like acknowledge something and then we'll forget about it. We'll forget that we acknowledged it. So yeah, your divine path does have to do with animals, and it does have to do with healing. And I am getting this animal shaman energy, the hawk. I'm sure that you see quite a few hawks where you live at. Focus, choose your priorities, and eliminate all distractions. The good thing that the hawk can do, you're always journaling. Good. The good thing that the hawk could do is basically help you to focus in on what your path is, so that you can take those actual steps towards fulfilling it. So I love the energy of the hawk. The hawks are able to see things that we cannot see, like with our perspective, right? And so that's why I really like the energy of the hawk, because they give you more of a focused insight into your divine life purpose and mission. It says, look at all the choices before you and select one to which you're willing to give your passionate attention. So if your energy is scattered and divided, like into all these different projects, the hawk is asking you to focus and tune into one thing. And so I really like this energy for you. It says, once you decide the right action to take, it becomes immediately apparent, and life supports you and provides what you need. Reiterating with the raccoon here that you already have what you need. It's just fine-tuning that focus. It says that you can arrange them and all of your priorities around that which you've chosen. So the one thing that you enjoy to do the most, I would focus on that. It says, set personal boundaries and practice self-care when you're needed and where you're needed. Literally, you may be teaching other people about, thank you. You're amazing. You may be teaching other people about how to do this, how to tune into one part of their journey and start focusing on that. It says that if you don't basically take care of yourself, you can easily get overwhelmed and fragmented. And when you get fragmented, that's when your energy gets scattered. So it's like calling all of your energy and your power back to you, and then using the energy of the hawk to focus on what you're working on. This is talking about the practice of staying focused is in itself a meditation. This is absolutely true. And this is how you can best express the gifts of service you have to offer the world and to your creator. So the hawk is about being a messenger. It's about having a higher perspective. It's also about being detached from the worldly things, you know, and it's also about being very swift in your actions. So we're going to get one more, because I think that this is giving you really good advice on how to move forward and to what to do with your energy to call it back to you, and then to choose that path that you're going down, to choose what you want to focus on, because what you put your attention on, you will draw to you. I'm seeing a white buffalo in my mind. So you may be connected to white buffalo calf woman. And I'm going to go ahead and just read to you about that, because that is very significant. She's a being of peace, basically. But there's also a prophecy, and something about your life ties into this prophecy of the white buffalo calf woman. It says the white buffalo calf woman is a central sacred figure in Lakota religion, a prophet who brought the 7 sacred rites. This is what this is about. And the sacred pipe, Chanumpa, to the people. The legend says she appeared in human form to teach the Lakota how to live in harmony with nature and each other, aka animal shaman. Oh my gosh, they were white-tailed deer. Wow, that's so cool. So this is talking about, it says, living with nature and with each other, and that when she left, she transformed into a white buffalo calf, symbolizing a sacred gift from the Buffalo Nation. Her story emphasizes unity, respect for all life, and the importance of ceremonies. So the sacred prophecy, she is a supernatural prophet who appeared to the Lakota during their time of need. The 7 sacred rites, she is said to have brought the 7 sacred ceremonies to help maintain spiritual balance and harmony. The sacred pipe, she delivered the sacred pipe, Chenanupa, and taught the Lakota how to use it and to pray to bring people together in peace. So ironic with Thanksgiving, bringing people together in peace. This is some really good energy. It says that her teachings emphasize the importance of unity and respect for all life, regardless of tribe. Connection to the buffalo, she transformed into a white buffalo calf upon her departure, linking her with the sacred buffalo, which is a symbol of her sustenance and life to the Lakota people. Her transformation highlights the need to use the buffalo's gifts with gratitude and respect, and that they are considered a sacred gift from the Buffalo Nation. See, the Native Americans use the buffalo for every part of their life. And shaman energy keeps coming into a lot of your readings. Wow, then this is definitely meant for you. It says the birth of actual white buffalo calves is seen by many as a sign and a reminder of her teaching of peace, harmony, and a vision of life as an interconnected web. So you could be literally connecting with this web of life in a unique way. And your perspective on unity and peace and transformation may be something that other people can draw inspiration off of. And it can also lead other people to getting out of like being stuck in this material matrix, is what I want to say. Oh my God, buffalo. Wow. Seriously? Wow. Oh my God. Abundance. So yes, you're on the right path. That is so funny that out of all of the cards, that is so funny. So it says that you are provided for in all ways. Just how I was talking about how they use the buffalo skin to make their teepees. They use the buffalo hide to provide them warmth. They use the buffalo meat and fat for different things. Oh my gosh. This is such good energy. Wow. Wow, literally. Says you never need to go hungry, or you need never go hungry. You're always provided for in all ways. You will always have plenty of physical and emotional sustenance, and just as important, spiritual nourishment. To sustain this state of abundance, it's important to remain appreciative, thankful, basically, of all that you do have, and consistently express your gratitude to the Great Spirit as the true source of your supplies. Absolutely. The Great Spirit is the same thing as like the Most High. Have faith in this fact rather than getting caught up in beliefs in lack and limitation. In fact, you will always have more than enough. So give away any surplus willingly and enthusiastically. I think that giving gifts is probably one of the most fulfilling emotionally things that you can do for somebody, is like give them a gift that really will help them. And so by you sharing your wisdom and knowledge and your light codes and your shamanistic energy, you will be helping people tap into this same abundance of having everything provided for them. So, confirmation. It says, in fact, you will always have more than enough. So just know that, and don't slip into lack mentality, because it's truly not your energy. It says, whenever you do give something away, do so out of love from your heart rather than from a sense of martyrdom or to gain others' approval. Nature gives unabashedly and generously. Means nature is not ashamed to give. And it says, unto life and unto death. Let that part of your nature be the fount from which your giving generates. In this way, you will experience a deep satisfaction, like what I was just saying, and heartfelt sense of self, of connectedness to others in your family and your community, and quite naturally feel immensely grateful for all that life gives you. Generosity, gratitude, surrender, and sacrifice. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. So we had the deer, we had the raccoon, the whale, the hawk, and the buffalo. And these are all animals that are in your energy right now. So I would definitely work with these energies and work with the whole concept of everything already being provided for you. I want you to start saying the affirmation, I get paid to be alive. I am getting paid to be here. Like, my existence causes me to get paid. Does that make sense? Oh, you're very welcome. The synchronicity was so good in that. And you may want to think about working with white buffalo calf woman, because there is something about the teachings that she has. If you dive deeper into that, you're going to bring those teachings to others, and you're going to help other people connect back into that web of life that connects us all. And it's going to help them plug out of the matrix. So yay. I'm so happy for you. That was awesome. Oh my gosh. Animals are so powerful. They're such great teachers too. Literally. So yeah, you guys have got it together. You guys are really protected. Yeah, definitely look into her. She's an awesome energy. You guys are protected by Archangel Michael here, and you're very strong. And you guys are coming into the 10 of Cups. So as this transition happens, these people, they're going to become more greedy because they're focused only on money. The 6 of Pentacles. These people that wanted to pull you into a court case to sue you for some type of money and sacrifice you because they see you as a Queen of Cups, this has all been canceled. It's almost like this whole plot is being canceled. I feel like the more that you show gratitude to the universe, the more the universe is going to give you guys opportunities to be grateful. And I do feel like you guys are stepping into a new phase of your life where you don't care what other people think about you. It's not of great importance for you for other people to like check you off on their list and approve of your journey. Like, you guys are giving no fucks about that right now, which I absolutely love, because this is going to help you be who you truly are. When we're always thinking about how our actions affect other people and how other people think about us, it's really none of our business what other people think about us. But knowing that there are people that feel like you would be a great sacrifice, just like they looked at Jesus and was like, let's put him on a cross and sacrifice him to whatever demon they were doing this shit to. You know, they definitely weren't just they weren't crucifying people for God. They were doing that to some demon. So just know that you're in the same position as Jesus, basically, you guys. That you guys are healers. You're meant to change the world. You're meant to bring that Christ consciousness energy back to this place. And you're going to do it through living in your truth. And these people, they fear your truth. Your truth threatens their organization, obviously. And so they don't like that you can't be sacrificed. They don't like that you can't be silenced, and they definitely don't like that you can't be controlled or manipulated. But these people are going to have to walk away, because God is going to put these people in an eternal tower until they decide to mind their fucking business. Like, literally, what you're doing with your life has nothing to do with this religious organization. So as far as them being able to have a lasting effect on you with this moon magic, it's just not going to happen. These people are no longer able to blindly pull abundance off of you and they feel a certain type of way about that, but that is not your fault. You will remain the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, you guys. These people they can't move you out of your energy. What they want you to do is self-sacrifice, but you guys are not going to do that. You're not going to just be like, oh, let me just lay down and die for some ridiculous cause. Absolutely not. You guys are being favored at this time. You're being pushed into your calling and you're being guided towards the truth and living in your truth. If your truth threatens them, then, oh, well, they're going to have to be threatened because you're not going to stop living in your truth to satisfy somebody else's desire. And when you got greedy people that are material based focused, you know, you can't reason with people who value money over human life. Like that's the biggest difference that I think between evil and good is that evil does not respect God's creation, does not respect God's life, does not respect free will, like that God gave us as a gift. The wickedness, people like that, they don't respect God's creation. And they don't respect God's intention for us to have free will because God wants us all at some point to come back to the divine. That's the whole part of life. And these people, they're missing the bigger picture about that. You're here to tune other people into the bigger picture that God has for them. And these people feel threatened by that. So allow them to feel threatened. You guys continue to move forward, continue to pray, and continue to do everything in your power to take care of yourself, because when you love yourself, other people, it makes it so much easier for other people to love you. And you're leading other people the right way by loving yourself and showing others that you do care for yourself and that you're not going to sacrifice your self-care for their monetary success or for them to feel a certain type of way. And if these people feel the need to attack you and to continue to attack you, let them get themselves in trouble, because literally that's not your problem. We can't control other people. That would be messing with free will. All we can do is try to be a better version of ourselves today than we were yesterday. So, you know, continue to move forward, continue to love on yourself, continue to pray, and know that God has got your back. That abundance is eternal for you. There's never going to be a time where you're not an abundant person, okay? You think people are siphoning from you, you're having shocks and fatigue. Yeah. So Kentia, call your energy and your power back to you. That's the best thing that you can do. And then I would be canceling and rebuking any soul ties, any demonic contracts. And you can read Psalm 129. And that is for cord cutting. Because for people to drain energy, they have to attach to you, basically, with some type of energetic cord. So when you read Psalm 129, it literally says, God has cut me free from the cords of the wicked. And so when these people go to try to latch this cord onto you, there's going to be, when you read that Psalm, it'll put up a boundary and those people won't be able to reattach. So if you guys are feeling like your energy is being siphoned, or you're feeling a tugging on your energy, or that it's leaving, take some time to meditate. Go outside for a walk, ground your energy with the earth, maybe work with a crystal. And the best crystal that you can work with for psychic vampirism is this one right here. It is called Arfedsanite, okay? This literally protects your energy and it stops vampires from being able to drain you. So I'm going to put the name of that, Arfedsanite. Best against psychic vampires. It also helps you to feel energetically safe after being drained. So like I've given, when we had the crystal ray, I'd given a piece of this crystal, like a smaller piece of it, to somebody, and I programmed it so that this person wouldn't be able to drain energy off of them anymore. And this person went completely, the person that was draining the energy went completely batshit insane, because this crystal protected the person that they were trying to drain. So I would work with Arfedsanite. You always want to have selenite. This is selenite. This crystal is a permanent cleanser. It will never need to be charged, never need to be activated. It's already activated. Selenite continues to clear negative energy, and it will never absorb negative energy. But the rest of crystals, minus citrine, those do absorb negative energy. So that's why I have my Arfedsanite right next to the selenite, so that it always keeps it clear. You can find Arfedsanite bracelets on probably any type of site for fairly cheap. So yeah, when you guys are dealing with that type of energy, yeah, people lied to you all your life and never told you were special in this way. Well, now you know that you are special, and they wanted to abuse you and steal from you. Absolutely. Poisoning you several times. That is so sad. So, yeah, pray over your food, you guys. Get some Marfed tonight. If you feel like you're being drained, wear it. If you feel like, if you also, another thing, a lot of the times when people are up under the moon and they're using the moon to vampire off of other people, what they'll do is they'll attack you when you're sleeping. So when you wake up and you feel drained, like you didn't get any rest, okay, it can be one of two things. It could be that you were busy in the astral realm fighting wars, fighting people off. And then it can also be that somebody is trying to drain out your energy reserve while you're sleeping, right? And so putting the arfetanite underneath your pillow with a little piece of selenite, you can get little pieces of selenite like, oops, I have a tiny little piece. Well, I've got one right here that's little. You can get little pieces of selenite off of the internet and put them underneath your pillow. That will help clear your energy before you go to sleep. Even the government and the military, of course, the government and the military is going to do shit like that. They've always been, government and the military has been doing witchcraft forever. So yeah, just know that when you get this crystal, it will stop that issue. And so you'll start to get your energy back. As you get your energy back, just, cancel and rebuke these people and state to the universe, I do not give anybody consent to read my energy without my awareness, to pull from my energy without my awareness, to steal my energy without my awareness. And I cancel and rebuke any past life contract or any soul contract or soul tie that is draining in itself. And then you can also say, and God, please show me who these people are that are draining me so that I can pray and put up boundaries. And so, yeah, I would work with Psalm 129 because they can't drain energy from you without a cord. That is like literally how psychic vampires operate. They have to do something to attach to you and to tie into you, whether it's a cord binding ritual or whatever they do. I don't know what they actually do, but I do know how to get rid of it. This crystal is a lifesaver, and it will reverse any type of insanity that's been caused by them draining your energy. All right, you guys, thank you for making it to the ending of this reading. I love you so much. Please like this video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed, and know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Until the next reading, you guys, peace be with you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I won't be on here tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off, but I will be on here on Black Friday. So I hope everybody, if you do go Black Friday shopping, please be peaceful, get some rest and do everything in your power to be grateful and keep your energy high, because the people that don't want you to succeed, those people are not grateful for their lives. But you being grateful for your life is going to put you in the energy of always having more reasons to be grateful. And so that is pure abundance right there. So yeah, remember the Arfet tonight for those of you, and you can get it fairly cheap. And if you can't afford a bracelet, I'm sure that there are smaller pieces that you could get individually. Okay. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Until the next reading, peace be with you. Have a wonderful holiday, everybody. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.